Hello everyone, it's RJ here, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on oceanic procedures specifically for the VATSIM network. So, there's a few things you need to know about oceanic procedures. One, they're not normal, they're slightly different and they take a little bit of time to get used to. Secondly, you're going to need a printer to print out an operations check sheet, which I'll explain later. And it's just a difficult procedure to follow, and just listen carefully, and do everything I say because it will help a lot. Okay, let's get started. So there's a couple of links you want to have. First, route finder to find your actual route. So this can be found at rfinder.asalink.net/free. So I'll put a link in the description and let's get going. So today we'll do a flight from, well, I'm not going to do a flight, but for the purpose of this video, EGBB, so Birmingham International, to John F. Kennedy's JFK. Now you can obviously choose en route altitude between, but I don't need to do that. And you want to, this is the part you want to note, where it says NAT disabled. Okay, now you want to enable this because otherwise it will take you around the world, because NAT stands for North Atlantic Tracks, and it's the set of routes, set of waypoints that are going over the ocean. Okay, so you want that enabled. I'll show what happens if it's disabled. If it's disabled, this will happen. You'll go all down Africa and along South America and all that. 6,305 nautical miles, see Lanzarote and where it was, Tenerife, Gran Canaria, all that. Don't want to go there. Want to go to Kennedy. So enable it, find route. Okay. So a lot shows 3,003.2 nautical miles. So all of this you don't really need to take a note of, just this bit here. So it starts from Whitegate, WHI, and ends at Kennebunk, ENE. So you want to highlight all that, copy, and then open another tab and type in this address. I'll put it in the chat, not in the chat, in the description. www.simroutes.com/fb2/passroute.aspx. So this will appear. Departure, put your departure in. Wait a bit for it to reload. Birmingham, arrival, JFK, New York John F. Kennedy, and put in the route. Wait for it to reload, put in the route, and paste it in. So right click, paste. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to look at your route, and you want to look along until you find a route, a waypoint, that starts with NAT and has a letter in it. So here it is, NAT, Charlie. So you want to highlight that, get rid of it, and take note of, because NATC is Nat Charlie, and that includes all of the routes that will take you over the ocean. Okay, so you want to take note of these two waypoints here, either side of what you've just deleted, and then open a new tab, and all these links. This is an easy one. Black Swan, and I'll put a link in the description, blackswan.ch/nat, North Atlantic Tracker, and it'll tell you all the routes. The yellow ones are for going back over to Europe and UK, and the blue ones are going over to the US, sorry. So, get rid of that. So, we found Nat Charlie, so we want to highlight everything, but we don't want to highlight Dogal and Steam because it's already in our flight plan, if you remember. So we highlight everything, all of that, over to Oyster. Right click, copy, go back into that, Simroutes, right click, paste it all in. So that's pretty much done. There's one more thing we need to do. For the FMC to realise and understand it, and Flight Sim Commander, the actual route and all the waypoints, you want to get rid of these slashes, forward slashes on these waypoints, and put an N on the end of it, and the N stands for North, so North Atlantic Track. So there you go, generate route, and it will give you all the information, put a nice little map at the bottom, which is quite nice to make sure you've done it all right. There you go. Map. So you can see you start at Birmingham, finish at John F. Kennedy. Now, some of you might be thinking, why doesn't it go from there to there, A to B, straight line? That's because we want to follow the Earth's, because it's a sphere, we want to follow its spherical nature, whatever. We want to follow the Earth's curvature. Because if we were to follow there, just A to B, then it would be like going around like the width of it, which is further than if you were to follow the Earth's curvature. If that makes sense. So start here, go across Ireland, over the ocean, and then into Gander, Canada, and then come down through Boston into John F. Kennedy. Quite a nice route. That'll take about, what, 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever. Quite short. Not really. But yes, that's the route. So we've got our route, and we can get this, paste it, copy, and I don't know, put it in a notepad or something so it's safe and you know where it is. Okay, so you can minimize that, and then from here you can just open it and put it into, right straight into your FMC. Minimize that. Right, so this is done. Now the next bit of the video is oceanic procedures when you're talking to ATC. So this is where it gets a bit more complex. So I'm just going to open my check sheet, transatlantic radio operations check sheet. One sec. And you want to zoom out. So put it here. And this check sheet is what you want to print out. So print. I'm not going to write anything into it because I haven't got a camera to show. But this is how you use it. Basically, this is for your own flight planning. No one else see this, but only for you. You know, it's for your flight planning purposes, and it's going to help you a hell of a lot once I get into it. So departure, EGBB, put in there. Arrival, KJFK, John F. Kennedy. Nat track, put C or Nat C, Nat Charlie, whatever. Waypoints, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 waypoints. So we've gone to our text document. We've got Dogal, 1, all these, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, end at Steam. So you want to write those into here, into these boxes. Flight level, what flight level are you going to cruise at? Now, you can change it when you're up in the air if you decide to, or you want to go higher. But it can throw everything off course and everything, so I don't recommend it, but you can do if the controller's nice. You can just ask him. Nice sleep. So that's flight level. Mach, or what max speed you're going to go at. So if you think about a 747, you would cruise at Mach 0.84 on a good day. So put that in, 0.84. If you don't know, then just Google it or something, or find out from previous flights. Okay. That's the flight plan. Clearance crossing. Okay. So the clearance crossing is what time you're kind of expected to cross Dogal here. You see, Dogal. So with that in mind, you need to go back onto your check sheet and put expected to cross. So expected Dogal at time and what time you expected to cross Dogal. Now you can find out two ways. You can either find out from your FMC on the progress page, or if you don't know, if you don't have an FMC rather, then you can find out on Flight Sim Commander. It's an app, but you must have one of the two. You can't have anything else. FMC or Flight Sim Commander. You can't fly with GPS, Oceanic. It's not possible. So yeah, at time, forget these because the controller will tell you these two bits of information, not before and not after. TMI, it's the date at which the NAT track's valid, so you can look on North Atlantic Tracker, and it's there, TMI 052. Okay, put that in. SALCAL, Alpha Juliet Mike Papa, that's my SALCAL, I'll explain that later. Don't worry about SALCAL too much yet. Position report at, no, forget that, we've got to do the clearance request. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this out for the purpose of this video. I'm not going to use any, the Nat Track Charlie, whatever. I'm just going to use this. Okay. What you can do if you want to read out the clearance, you can actually, copy this down, but fill in the gap. So via Nat Alpha, you can change it to via Nat Charlie. Summit and all the waypoints, you can change that to what it's going to be yours, so that when you actually do so when there's actually a controller on and you're flying the route and you ask for the clearance, you can just read it off the sheet, which is quite good. I used to do that. So let's start. Oceanic Oceanic, Speedbird 123 requests clearance to Kennedy International. ATC goes, Speedbird 123, pass your message. Request Kennedy International via Nat Alpha, Sonnet 5820, 5930, 5940, 5950, Prawn, Direct, Yankee Delta Papa, at flight level 370 Mach decimal 82, estimate Sonnet, time 15008 Zulu, TMI 075, SoCal, Charlie Sierra Alpha Romeo, or in my case Alpha Juliet Mike Papa, Speedbird 123. ATC will give you the clearance. He'll go, so that's what you have to say, that's what you have to ask him. Now that's quite a lot to say, but it's got to be done. ATC, Speedbird 123, cleared track Alpha to Kennedy at flight level 370 Mach decimal 82, cross Sonnet, not before time 1503 Zulu, clearance expires Sonnet, time 1513 Zulu. Now this bit is quite important because he's telling you what times you must be at Sonnet. So if you go to the top, not before and not after, you put in it, when he says not before, cross Sonnet, not before time, put the time in there, and clearance expires or not after, put the time in there. So you must be at Sonnet between these two times or some point. So then you read that back. Clearance to Kennedy via track, cleared to Kennedy via track Alpha, cross Sonnet, not before time 1503 Zulu, clearance expires Sonnet, time 1513 Zulu, Speedbird 123. ATC, Speedbird 123, standby for SoCal check, Charlie Sierra Alpha Romeo. Only on receipt of SoCal receive Speedbird 123. Right, this bit, so here, you just read back what he said, so you're cleared to Kennedy. We're cleared to Kennedy via track Alpha, cross Sonnet, not before time, the times. So you read these two bits out as well. And in this bit, now the controls may or may not do this bit. Okay, they may or may not do that. If they do, then just go along with it. Again, I'll explain cell count at the end of the video. Basically what this just means is, if you receive the cell count, then you just say cell count received, Speedbird 123. But I'll explain it in at the end. So AC, Speedbird 123, continue with domestic. So domestic being, I don't know, open my VATSPI. Shannon control. Okay, so when you take off from Birmingham, let's just assume that you have all the controllers on. You follow all the procedures as normal, okay, until you get to Shannon, and he'll tell you to, he'll tell you, once you're near Dogal or whatever, he'll tell you to continue. He'll tell you to go over to Oceanic Oceanic. So you contact them, and that's when you ask for your clearance. Okay, your clearance, and then he'll say continue with domestic, go to domestic, Speedbird 123, and then you return to your previous frequency, which was Shannon control. And what you just say to him is, Shannon control, Speedbird 123, we have our oceanic clearance with you. No, don't say with you, just say Shannon control, Speedbird 123, we have our clearance, oceanic clearance, and then just go along with it. So once that's done, once you go out of Shannon's airspace, you go over to Shanwick to do the clearance, not clearance, position reports. So this is the last and final bit. So position reports. So at each waypoint, get some routes up. at each waypoint you need to file a position report. It's called a position report. And so once you get to 5520 north, okay, bearing in mind that you have 5630 after that and 5640, you're going to need them as well, the other two waypoints. So position report at 5520 was it? At time, and then what time you're at there. So it's like saying, so when you're like 2 miles, or no, not 2 miles, about 10 miles away from 5520 or your next waypoint. Yeah, 5520. What position? What waypoint you're reporting at? You say what time you're going to be there. So from 10 miles, we're going to be there at time. No, 1550 Zulu. At flight level 370 Mach decimal 82, inbound 5630 November, not November, north, 5630 north, estimated 1615 Zulu, and then 5640 north thereafter. You can say next, but I don't think that really makes sense, because if you're saying inbound, then next after that, so say thereafter. So you go down here, Shamwick Oceanic, Shamwick, so leave it 123 with position report. Shamwick 123, go ahead with your position report. Reporting 5820 north, time 1532 Zulu, at flight level 370, Mach decimal 82. Estimating 5930 north, time 1619 Zulu, 5940 north thereafter, speed 123. So you're telling them what time you're going to be at the waypoint that you're at, your flight level, your Mach, and estimating the waypoint after the one you're at time and what time it is, and then you say the waypoint after the one that you've, so you're here, sorry, you've said that you've told them what time you're estimated to be at this one, and then you tell them the waypoint after that. So 2 waypoints ahead, so that they know where exactly you are. Okay, so that's that. And then once you've said that, he will tell you, he will read back what you've said, and then you just say correct, Beaver 123. Okay, so that's a position report. And then you just do the same. So I'll do the next one, and then it's self-explanatory. Do the rest. For all 6 waypoints. Okay, so again, Shamwick Oceanic, speed 123 reporting, what's the next one, guys? 5630 north. Reporting 5630 north at time, 1640 Zulu, flight level 370 Mach decimal 82. Inbound 5640 north, estimated, what time you're estimated. So you're telling them, so from this one you've reported at 5520, now you're at 5630 north, okay, and then you say inbound 5640 north, so the waypoint after, so you're here, the waypoint after, you say you estimated at, and then you say the waypoint after that, so 5550 north. Estimated 1650 Zulu, and then 5550 north thereafter. Okay, so I know it's a bit daunting, everything, might not have explained this too well, but it's quite easy once you get your head around it. If you want to message me or inbox me, then you can, and I'll be very happy to answer any questions you may have. And so yeah, that's that. Final thing before I finish this video, SALCAL. SALCAL is a code assigned to each aircraft, but you have to assign it yourself in FSIN or Squawk Box. I've put mine as Alpha Juliet Mike Papa, and it sends out a sonar signal. Okay, so it for example, it just sends out a sonar signal like do or something like that, So that is just what it. So the purpose of it is when flying over the ocean and then you suddenly nod off. Okay, controller wants you. You haven't done your position report, So he'll send out that sonar signal, and then you know, oh, it's for me. That's for me. He wants me. So you wake up and you give him the position report, and then you nod off again. Okay, don't do that. But yeah, so that's cell-cal, and again, controllers may or may not ask for the cell-cal check. If they do, then just go along with it. Speed 123, standby for cell-cal check. Charlie Sierra Alpha Romeo. And then once you hear that sonar signal come through, you say cell-cal received, speed 123. So that's that, cell-cal. So that finishes today's tutorial on oceanic procedures. I hope you've learnt a lot, and you have a better understanding. Again guys, if you have any problems or queries or questions, then inbox me. And remember to comment, rate and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks guys.